A couple of the basic edits that we might have to do in TBC would include changing a point name or a point number and a feature code. So using those selection tools we just talked about, I'm going to zoom in on point 211 since it's kind of centrally located there. And I'm going to go ahead and left click on it and choose that point. So now it's been selected. Now if I right click out in space and choose the properties for that point, my properties dialog box will open up. Anything in blue can be edited. So right here I've got my point ID and I've got my feature code. So if I needed to change a point number, let's say that needed to be 500 instead of 211, I could just type that in and enter it. And let's say maybe that was a back of curb instead of a spot elevation. I can left click and highlight that, type in back of curb, BC, hit enter, and now that's been changed there in the screen. So single point, graphically select it, right click in space, go to properties, and again, anything in blue can be edited there, so I can change my point ID or I can change my feature code easily there. Another way that we can do that would be through the Project Explorer. Sometimes when you're working with a large number of points like this, it's just as easy to go ahead and open up the Project Explorer and use the point list in there to do your edits. So I can go up to the Project Explorer and let's say we want to go back to 211 and change that back to what it's supposed to be. Now it's point number 500. So I'll scroll down there, click on it once, we'll select it, double clicking on it, we'll go ahead and open up that same project properties box. So I can come up here and I'll just go ahead and change it back to 211 and change it back to a spot elevation. So either way, graphically selecting points or using the Project Explorer, you can easily edit point IDs and feature codes there. Now another common edit that people make to their data would be a bad rod height. So here I've got some conventional data and some GPS data. These points here, like say 211, that was a conventional measurement. If I explode that out, I see that it's got a little angle symbol, and that's got the data that's associated with the point. So if I click on the point itself, double click on it, that brings up the properties where I can edit point ID and feature code. If I click on the data associated with that, that gets me the dialog box where I can edit the target information. So here I can change the rod height under target height, I can change the prism constant, and I can change the prism type there. So I could come in here to the target height and change that from 6 to 7. Let's say it was off a foot there.